Hey guys, you're watching Boondocking with Dennis on Route 361, heading towards Port Aransas, Texas. This is the road you can take if you want to take the ferry over to Mustang Island. Port Aransas is on the northern end of Mustang Island, and 361 takes us directly to the ferry, right into Port Aransas. I didn't even check the wait times. If the line's too long, I'll just turn around and spend the day at Rockport Beach. But there is a sign up here, and they're fairly accurate. 30-minute wait. Okay, we can do that. I'm going to time it once we get up there and come to a stop, just to see how long it takes till we actually get on a ferry. But I have found out within 5-10 minutes either way, they're accurate. If you've never come this way before, and I would try to take the ferry going or coming, and then take the highway down the other end of the island, because they're both really neat. The ferry's awesome, but the highway that would bring you up through Corpus Christi, SPID, is pretty beautiful in itself. It's got some cool little arches in it, and it's a causeway. So I could see doing both if you were coming here for the first time. I prefer the ferry, but I do have an appreciation for the highway as well. I did want to mention something. If you're a regular follower to my channel, you know I've been living in my truck for over 2.5 years. It's a F-150 with a Leer cab, off-grid, no AC, no electricity, no running water. So subscribe to the channel, please, and I'll take you on some adventures. I just got back from a 3-week adventure. Saw some beautiful things, canyons, mountains, prairies, high plains, the deep forests, Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Missouri. So that was really neat. Now, when I was coming back from this trip, and I think this would have been Sunday evening, I stayed at Tyler State Park, and I went to bed early. It was still light. I was just in the back of the truck playing on my phone. I had the windows open of my Leer cab, and I heard some people describe it as a boom. To me, it was a thud. I didn't know what was going on. I really thought someone had parked right next to me and made some type of loud noise. It was loud, and it wasn't an animal sound. It wasn't I don't know. It wasn't a tree falling. It was something I really haven't heard before. I couldn't describe it. So I kind of stuck my head out the window. I didn't see anyone around me, and I actually got out of the back of the truck, which I never do. Once I go to bed for the night, I'm in there. I'm all tucked in, and looked around. There was no one right around me. There was campers about 50 yards away, and then no one for a good amount of time. And I just figured some sound traveled across the distance, but it was just a sound I never heard before. It was odd. So the next day, my pal Adventuring Art, check out his channel, let me know that a meteor had passed over our area, right where I was actually. And I did a little reading on that, and a meteor passed. And it also left, they call it tailings, which is debris from the meteor. It hit in parts of Texas, mostly around Rockwall, Texas, from what I can see so far. Now, Rockwall was about 75, 80 miles away, and it depends on, what part of Rockwall it hit. But the boom, apparently, is the sound a meteor makes when it passes low. And that was very odd. I wish I knew about it at the time, or at least knew there was a meteor coming, because I could have gotten to some open area and looked for it. But it was a unique experience. No injuries were reported, but I just thought that was cool, something different along the way. I'd already seen bison. I had seen bear warning signs on this trip. I got to see prairie dogs, deer, elk, all kinds of wildlife, fox, squirrels. But yeah, I just wanted to pass that along to my regular viewers. There's an oil platform. There were 3 there. That's not an oil platform. That's a semi-submersible. Yeah, I know. You know what us people in the industry call those things? Oil rigs. There's an oil rig right there. There used to be 3. And we got them moving the second one on video. That was really cool. And I'm hoping I can catch that one when they move it. Okay, we're getting up to where traffic's slowing down right on the other side of this light. And I'll let you know. Now, when I'm moving, once I'm in line, I'm not going to film. There's people out giving you directions by hand on how to get on the ferry. And I would just say, if you're coming here, some days you can just pull right on. Some days in the summer, it's going to be a 2-hour wait. There is a website you can look up. Just Google Port Aransas Ferry. It actually gives you the ferry time, the wait times. Ferry runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The wait time depends on traffic. And when you check the wait time, there's a time for going to Port Aransas and a time for coming from Port Aransas. So we came to a stop, and it is 10 a.m. 9:59, but let's call it 10 a.m. And I'll let you know what time we do get on the ferry. Kind of interested to see if it is accurate. And often that's just an estimate. It depends on the amount of big trucks that they do. RVs on this thing. They do semis. It all depends on how much they can load on one vehicle. They once you park, they divide you up into little groups. And each little group usually fills a ferry. So I would say we have about 3 or 4 ferries need to come, unload, and then put us on. Then we'll be on. Which brings us to our horrible joke of the day. Why did the kid cross the playground? To get to the other slide. Because it was a playground? No, nothing. Wow. Tough crowd. We'll be moving along shortly, guys. It looks like their 30-minute wait time is going to be about accurate. Now, once you get on the ferry, you could sit here a little bit. There might not be a spot to pull in yet on the other side. The other ferry boats are constantly going and coming. A ship could be coming through the channel here, where you'll just have to sit and wait a while. But I think that time just gets you to the ferry. Once we start, it's a few minutes to the other side. It's real quick. And I always like taking the ferry. We don't have the best view today. I like to be up in the front row so I can grab my steering wheel and act like I'm steering the ferry. Good breeze today, and that's good. I'll tell you what, last night was my 3rd night back in Texas. The first 2 nights, not bad sleeping at all. It was hot last night. I could not get cooled off. And I actually think temperature-wise, it was a little lower than the night before. So I probably just didn't prep right, drink enough ice water, all that stuff I usually do. And that's a lesson learned, because I'll be taking some air-conditioned naps today. And yeah, I boondock. That's when you're in a vehicle, travel around. I always park where it's legal. It's similar to living off-grid. The people live off-grid don't have, they're not hooked up to the grid. They don't have electric. They don't have water. They don't have power. They, dig their own wells or truck in their own water, use a generator. But yeah, when you're off-grid in your house, you don't have any of that. And boondocking is kind of living off-grid in your vehicle. I don't have solar power, anything like that. I have a battery-operated DeWalt fan. And we are here, guys, and to the other side, 10:27. So it said 30-minute wait, and it got us to the other side. I got off the ferry at 10:32. So I would say they were fairly accurate in their 30-minute wait time. And I'm actually going to take the highway back because I got to pick up a friend at the airport tonight. So I'm going to spend the day at the beach, guys. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel. I do a lot of beach videos from Rockport Beach and Port Aransas, Texas, the entire area. There you go. I'm going to head over to Roberts Point Park right here on the left. Great spot to see dolphins and turtles. Come visit. Thanks for watching, everyone.